Tom here at Maccabees. Here's my grafting table. I do it inside my barn in my honey room. I got just a little table here. Actually, I got it from my wife that teaches school. It's an old school table. A little shelf underneath it so I can keep my tools and stuff like that. And it's just in my honey room here where I do my honey extracting. There's my tank and uncapping tank. Got a little bit of water in the back. Buckets that didn't get full this year because we didn't have a flow. But I keep the incubator here too. It's just one of those ones for chicken eggs. I'll go over that in a little bit. Basically on my table though, I do have a heating pad here. It's an iPower reptile heating pad. It's got a little regulator on it. That's right now. I just turned it plugged in. It's 83.6 or 84, but it's set for 95 degrees. So I'm going to unplug it because no point in running it. I'm not grafting. So my pad right here is warm. So I turn that on ahead of time so it warms up to 95 degrees. Before I graft though, this is the frame I use. It has three levels in it. One wood, two with the plastic. I kind of customized it. I didn't like the plastic system that you buy so much. So I put it inside a wooden frame because it's a little bit more stiffer and flexible. And it was tough to get these bars inside this little hole. So I actually, on one side, cut it out. And cut the ends off to fit inside my frame. So my bars can go, I can just lift it up and pull it out. I don't know if you saw that. So it just goes in. Well, it's hard to do with one hand and lays right back down. So it's really easy to put them in and out. So basically I have these out. Same thing with this one. Pulls in, pulls out. Custom end bar. So when I graft, these are out. And they're sitting on my heating pad. So they're staying warm at 95 degrees, and I have it sloped here. If you can see, if I put it on the table here, I got it on an angle. This little box frame, and the frame sits right on here, just on this little blocks here that I customly built this. And then up here, I got 500 watt bulbs in there, so it's bright. Plus I have a flashlight that I use. And right now I'm using the yellow ones. I think I like yellow best because I can see through them. I just keep them down here on the shelf. So when I graft, and then here's all my, I use the Chinese tools the most, and I have actually cheater glasses. I think these are 2.0. Yeah, 2.0. So I can see really well. I have a couple other tools. They work good for getting the larvae out. This German one, but it's hard. It doesn't get any royal jelly hardly, and it's hard to slot for them to get the larvae off the little hook into the cells here. So that's how I do my grafting, and then when I'm finished, I go ahead and put this bar down. I actually usually move this out of the way. I just lift it up, move it out of the way, put this bar down. Oh, the heart, one hand. I set it here, and I can put the frames right in. So a little slide in the hot, and then down in the frame. Just like that. And then I can do 3 rows I think there's 15 on this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 15, so I can do 30. Plus I can get about another, actually a little bit more than 15 on that row. So I can do 45 with this frame. I've never done that. I've usually, about the most I've ever grafted is 30. And I'll spread them out. I won't put so many out in the end. I'll have them all concentrated more in the center. And a lot of times I do them in pairs. If you ever do cutting out swarm cells, a lot of times they'll be in pairs. So I try to mimic them as much as I can. So that's it for grafting. I'll do a video next time I graft, which will be next spring, on actually grafting and what cells I pick out, what larvae. And then my incubator, like I said, is a little egg incubator. And I actually have 5 cells in it right now for my last little graft. And I drilled out each one of these little holes to make them a little bit bigger for the egg rotation. And I got this egg thing turned off, so it's in the level straight position. And I use these little roller cages, and you can see the cell inside of it. You have to be gentle with them this time of year. That one you can't see really well. Yeah, there's the cell. I'll take one out. So let me put the phone down for a second. I don't want to shake it too much. It's day 12. So here's the cell. Nice cell. So on Sunday, around this time in the morning, they should be emerging out. And then I take sponges, they're dry, I have to re-soak them about every 3rd day. I have 2 little sponges. This is an old one, and that's to keep the humidity higher. Well, I need to close it back up. It's probably down in the 80s in here now. I think my barn's about 83 right now. So let me put the lid back on. Of course, the power cable gets in the way. And that's it. Yeah, 85 degrees it went down to. Yeah, my humidity, here, a little temperature gauge here. And I actually set the egg timer. It's like I got 4 more days before they emerge out. It should be Sunday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days. And that's it. Oh, I do have a few cells here. I do, when I cut cells out, I'll show you. I cut a little bit of wood of the frame so I can get behind it. And this is one that emerged out. I do it for teaching classes. I saved some of these. Here's another one. Here's another one I cut out. Just a little bit of wood. This one still has the gate door on it. Entry door. So, yeah, typical cells that I cut out. Here's a nice big one. That one I took off from a frame. And you can see there's a little hole that was in there where she was exposed a little bit, but she must have been a day 13 or later queen. So that's it. That's how I graft. Not too complicated. I like the Chinese grafting tools the best. I usually put about 5 of them out there with the lids off, caps off, and go through 3 or 4 or 5 of them for one I really like. They're not all the same. They're all different. A little bit on stiffness, on or being too flexible, or being too long, or being too short, the tongue part of it. So I usually have 5 or 6 out. I should mark the ones I like, but then they wear out too. They start flexing too much. So that's it. Grafting 101, the setup for grafting 101.